What's good? About to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So look, what I'm feeling right now. I was talking about this the other day. Actually, this morning. Um, People were talking about having friends, and then they're saying, well, like my friend has been there from day one, and this, that, and the third, but now they're starting to act kind of funny. I don't know what I should do. Um, I don't know. I want to say something, but I don't want to offend him or her. And basically it was relating to them having a relationship where they don't have as much free time as they used to. Now, when you're single, you and your friends run all over town and do whatever. You travel together, you do a whole lot of things together. You get in a relationship, and I don't think because you're in a relationship that means you can't go out and have fun and still have your friends. But you have to have that balance. You can't really think that you're going to be in a relationship and then basically you're only going to come home when you need sex and food and some rest, and then bam, back out to the streets. And a lot of people do think that they're in a relationship but they live like they're single. Okay, but I feel like, for one, there need to be, it should be like a mutual friendship there. Like where you know who your woman's friends is, she know who your friends are. There's a respect there, and there's also that, understanding. Like, you have things that you do here, you have things that you do here. You guys come together at certain points, but it's like you can't relive your years of your youth. Okay, that is a done deal. That chapter in your life, you should be past that by now. Okay, and what I see a lot of people are trying to be their friends. I can tell you this: when you are in a relationship and you're happy, you don't even have to talk about the person you're with. People can just see that glow in you, and they don't have that. And what happens, like a lot of times, a person, like you can have a friend that goes through something. They'll jump on the phone 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, if they're that comfortable with it. However, I'm sorry, I need to talk to you. Like, I'm going through something and blah blah blah. Because of what they're going through, they always have that little message to you. I know that you love him or her, and you think this and that, you think the world of him or her, but don't trust no man. Don't trust no woman. I'm telling you, I thought this and that, and look at what happened to me. And if you have people like that around you, and you believe in everything they say, like it's one of those things where they have that influence over you, they'll have you walking around here, or should I say you will allow them to mess with your confidence. Now you're tampering with your own self-esteem because now they're telling you something that's making you think, well, man, I wonder if he's doing that behind my back, or if she's doing that behind my back. So now, because of what he or she went through, it's starting to bother you now. So you're questioning your own relationship based on something that has nothing at all to do with you and yours. So a lot of times your best friends, even family members, will actually have envy towards you because they see that smile that they don't have. They just feel that energy. They see that, damn, this person is really living. He or she is looking the way I want to look. I want that glow. I want to feel like, my relationship is just, I'm at my happiest, and I feel at my best when I'm with this person. Like, when you have that, you need to cherish that. Now, honestly, the negativity you can do without. I don't care who it is. It's like sometimes you have to love a person from a distance. If you have people calling you every time they have a problem, now, mind you, you're trying to be a friend to them or trying to be there for them, but you are allowing this. This is what's going to become the norm. Every time they have a complaint, they're going to call you and bother you. Every time something goes wrong with this person, they're going to call you and bother you. And when they see you not having these same complaints, pretty much having no complaints, at least not about your other half, a lot of times that actually bothers them. Because when they're sitting down, like you got out to dinner or something, they're sitting there telling you about how their man ain't doing this and this, or their woman is not doing this and this, you do realize that when they finish talking to you about their problems, now it's your turn to say, yep, my man this and my woman this and that. But when they finish talking, you're like, yeah, sometimes things happen. Y'all just got to work it out. And they're expecting, okay, and now what's your rant? You know, I don't believe in rants and raving and all that. I feel like you just have to work things out. You have to think about things. Like me, I'm the kind of person, if I go through something, I don't jump on the phone and call anybody to say, hey, man, I'm going through this and this and that. No matter what we talk about, I still have to work it out. You know, and then two, you know, think like this. If you're in a relationship and you keep jumping on the phone, calling your relatives or your best friends or whoever to tell them and to complain about what this person is doing and how, you know, I can't stand them sometimes, I hate her sometimes, and that, what you'll start to do is you'll build up, they'll build up a dislike towards that person. And when they're around these people, they'll cold shoulder them and they'll feel it. And it's because you keep coming to them, giving them all this negativity. So a lot of times, and I know you get that angry that you just want to get it out, but it's like, you have to be real careful. I mean, I've known situations for people, especially when they come to the opposite sex, where like, you could be running to your friend. I've seen like both sides of the coin. I've seen guys run to like their partner's girlfriends, complaining about, you know, what they're going through, and they end up screwing around with their partner's girl. I've seen like a woman going to her man's friends, you know, why is he doing this and acting like that, and they wind up screwing around. There's no excuse for it. It's 110% wrong, but it happens. And I mean, if you have to basically be that wedge just to keep something from happening, to me, it's the relationship not worth having. It's like, all I have to do is have my back turned and you'll cheat, and nah, then why do I need that? But what I'm saying is, when you have a situation where you are basically putting your business out there for people to analyze and dissect and talk about, they'll take everything that bothers them and they'll throw it at you, as if you might be going through that too. And like I said, it will start to bother you and start making you think like, you know, what if? So that negative energy, I stay away from. You need to keep away from that. And basically, you need to work things out. You need to grow with each other. You need to have an understanding of each other. And you guys need that space to respect that I can be hip hop and reggae, you can be ballerina, you can be ballet and rock and roll. That doesn't mean we can't connect. It just means you have certain interests, I have no interests, and vice versa. It's just like if you're going somewhere that I'm not interested in, hey, go have fun, I'll see you when you come back. There's nothing wrong with that. But then you have a lot of people that say things like, oh man, we don't have nothing in common. She don't watch the kind of movies I watch. She don't listen to the same music, and we this and we that. So what? You can make that work. If those things are that big that they're causing problems, especially before you even tie that knot, then you probably shouldn't. Because at the end of the day, it's like all you say the wedding vows, you're so focused on the wedding, but what about the marriage? Now you go into this relationship already having baggage, because there's things that you don't like about this person, but you're not going to say it to them until an argument happens, and that's when everything comes out. Now, when that happens, you run to your friends now going, yeah, I know what you're talking about, see? And the negativity pours out. And that's one of the reasons, not that it solves the problem, because it don't, but that's one of the reasons why you have so many married couples going to strip clubs, going to clubs, hanging out, shaking their ass with a bunch of other men, a bunch of other women, and then come back home to each other. Like, you know, remember how like you could see a couple, they see each other, they're all happy, hugging, they're standing there and kissing. Then it gets to the point, they're just like, hey, how are you? How was your day? Oh, okay. I'm gonna be over here. All right, I'm gonna be over there. All right. And that's not what you want. You don't want to be that. Don't try to be your friends. Don't try to be anybody else. I feel like every relationship has its own uniqueness, has whatever, how big or small, how major, how minor, something that keeps you guys together. Something that got you get together in the first place. That's what you have to hold on to. I don't care how much love I have for you. If you bring negativity to the table, I'm going to take that whole plate and just swipe it off the table. And I'll let you know that, I'm my own man. I find my own way. once you get to the point where you start trying to be like everybody else, you start thinking typical. Like people always say, I'm not like everybody else. But you do the same exact things, the same exact ways as everybody else. So how do you get treated any different when you present yourself the same way? So each relationship, I feel like, look, it's yours. You need to understand. Like people go to psychiatrists, they go to therapy and all these things. That therapist is only telling you what the conclusions they draw is based on what you're saying, the emotion that you're showing in front of them, the emotion that you pull from, everything. But do they know that person that you're with better than you do? Absolutely not. So unless you're looking for a way out, it's like looking for an excuse to go out, and you got to tie that knot. And if it gets to the point where it's just too little too late, I mean, it is what it is. But just saying, negativity, just like anything, you feed it, it grows. That negativity is always like, is always negative things. That negative energy is always easy to attract people more than something positive. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say on this video. Catch y'all on the next one.